Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday, Taylor.
How's life going for you, Savannah?
Oh, it's going pretty good. We're in the holiday season still.
Yeah, very stressful time of the year for me. But I got new glasses today.
Oh,
They're purple.
love that.
I feel like I'm going that's pretty outrageous because I only have one pair of glasses for like the whole next year, and they're bright, Barney purple.
You're making a statement with those.
Yes, I am. And they're also humongous. No, but they're so cute. I'll have to post a picture when I get them. One thing, big pet peeve of mine, is that you can't get your glasses like immediately.
Yeah, actually, I bought my glasses, or I usually go and buy my glasses from this place that does them in 1 hour.
See, okay. I know we were talking about me going to that place, but I didn't realize it would be done in an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. I've actually, the last pair of glasses I got them online, so it's a little bit different. But before then, I've gone into this place, and yeah, they do them in an hour. So
Wow.
that is
Wow.
the best. But they're not open after they close around like 5 though, so you would have to get there.
Yeah.
A little
Well,
early.
you know what? They don't have Versace, and my glasses are Versace. So
Oh,
yes, I'm bougie. What can I say?
there's-
I mean, I literally have to use them to be a human being in the world. So might as well be nice ones. Am I right?
yeah. I mean, honestly.
Okay, I have one more really fun thing to tell you.
Okay.
This weekend, I'm going to see a Cirque du Soleil show.
Oh,
And
that's so
I
fun.
am so excited. I'm going it's literally called Bazaar Under the Big Top, and it's physically under like a big top, like the olden days of carnivals.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I'm so
That seems like the only way you should see a show like that.
right. That's what I'm saying. But I'm also confused. Like how? I just have never seen a tent that big, and so I feel like I'm gonna be very shook to see it when I see it. I'm just excited. Plus, like, if you don't know what Cirque du Soleil is, first of all, you're Patrick Star. But second of all, it's like really dangerous acts mixed with circus, like without the animals, you know? Just a bunch of people, really talented, flipping, catching themselves on fire, doing wild stunts. So, right up my alley. So, I'm doing that this weekend, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Right. Right. Anything going on with you? You had a Christmas party yesterday? Was that fun?
Yes. Yeah. We had like a little holiday party. It was for like Garrett's family, their restaurant. Like they had like a little like an employee party basically. And of course I was invited too.
Oh,
I actually helped
obviously.
set up everything.
Oh,
But
nice. So you do work.
it was really cute because the way it was set up was like when everybody first got there, they got to make a little passport, like a fake passport, and you like got your picture taken with like a Instax camera, and then like you write your name in there and like put some stickers, and there were like 3 different sections basically. So there was England, Scandinavia, and Mexico. And there was like some stuff, some like holiday traditions from each place. And it was just really cute, and like food from each place.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it was awesome. So
That's
and
really
also
cute.
Garrett wore this suit that was like it was like holiday like
This
a
man
Christmas
looked like
suit.
he was
Yeah.
like the son of Santa Claus working up in the North Pole.
Yes,
Like-
yeah, and it was like light up. It had like lights in it that were red and
lights.
green.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Honestly, I'd wear it. Honestly, you should have matched with him.
I know, but I didn't get one in time, so couldn't do that.
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Well, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and go check out our YouTube channel as well. But
Yes, please.
other than that, I don't have any more intro topics. What about you?
I think we should just get right into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this week I have a story that's from like Norway and Sweden.
Oh.
Lucy.
Oh, okay. So ominous because, like, that could mean anything.
So this also is very timely because, this episode comes out on December 13th, and this actually takes place on December 13th.
Oh, it's almost as if you planned it.
Yeah, I mean, something like that. So the another like name for it. So it's like it's Lucy, but it's also people say that it's Lucy Long Night
That is the
because
coolest thing I've ever heard.
because it's supposed to be like Lucy, she comes on the longest night of the year.
Okay, that does make sense. If
Yeah.
I write a book one day, which I want to, I'm gonna name the main character that.
Lucy Long Night.
Yeah, it might be already like trademarked, so maybe never mind. But
Yeah,
I love the name.
Yeah, so I guess according to this legend, the longest night of the year is like the night of December 12th into the 13th, if that makes sense.
Is it really?
So I guess it already passed once this recording is out, but
But as we're speaking, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
as we're speaking right now, it is
It is the
currently that
longest
night.
night.
So
It's currently the longest night.
well, I did actually do a little bit of more research on that, and
I know the longest night is actually December 21st.
yeah, so I don't know where that came from. It must have been like some old, like, I mean, it is like an old Yuletide tradition.
Yeah.
So they got it wrong a little bit.
Just by a few days. They're not too far off.
Or maybe it used to be the longest night, or
Yeah,
I
it
don't
could have
know.
been. It really
I
could
don't
have
know.
been.
Don't really know. But yeah, that's what the legend says. So we're just gonna go by that. It's the longest night of the year. And it's also Saint Lucia's Day on December 13th. So that sort of coincides with all of this.
Oh, okay.
So Lucy's night, Lucy Long Night, it came from like the Viking Age in like medieval Scandinavia, and in like the 13th century. So long
Wow.
time ago.
Yeah.
And it's basically the night when evil spirits and demons wander the earth on Lucy's night, and Lucy herself, and like just gnomes, trolls, otherworldly beings, like all the little creatures, they come out. So
Okay.
yeah, and it's also the start of the month of Yule.
Yes.
So
I know about Yule here.
yeah, so
If you
it's
listened last year.
yes, exactly. So it's the start of Yule, and it's like one of the most dangerous nights of the year. Probably the most dangerous.
That's so interesting because I feel like that's our Halloween in the United States.
Yeah.
But this is that for them in Scandinavia. That's crazy.
Yeah. There are some holiday parts into it, so I'll get into that. So it's not like 100% Halloween, but it's a little bit similar.
Yeah.
So for this night, children need to be good. That's
Oh, yeah.
typical holidays. Got to be
Definitely.
good for Santa. You got to be good for Lucy. The adults ward off evil by protecting their homes with the cross. Lucy she's supposed to be like the baddest of them all, and she's like has tyrannical powers over them all. So she's the queen and or like their mother, So
Yeah.
she's like,
Got it.
she basically just comes up and like causes mayhem. She
Typical.
destroys properties, crops, and livestock. Typical.
Typical Lucy.
And she also kidnaps and murders anybody who is not inside.
Oh, just if you're outside, you're gone. You're a goner.
Yeah. Yeah, so on this night, it would be really good for you to stay inside.
Listen, it's a good thing we're in for
Yeah.
the night.
Yep. You got to stay inside. So while you're inside, you need to slash, you probably want to be like eating and celebrating, just
Oh, yeah,
partying.
no, you always need to be eating and celebrating at all
Exactly.
times of the year.
I mean, sure. Also need to keep the lights on because, it's the longest night of the year, so you need to bring light into the darkness.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And, oh, also, I don't think I already mentioned this. Lucy, like, her name means light too, so that's like another
Okay.
thing.
See, I was going to ask why her name is Lucy because the name Lucy is so not scary for somebody who's going to
Yeah.
murder people if that's outside. But now that it means light, that makes sense.
Yeah, because she's like, it's like the light in the darkness, So. So yeah, so you need to keep your lights on, and also you need to take care of your animals, and be nice to your animals around this time of year. We'll get into that a little bit later. And you also have to be finished with all of your work because this is the start of Yule, so, no working.
No work. Yep.
You know.
Yep. Sure do.
Lucy is going to come around to all the houses and make sure everything is ready for Yule. So this includes, what I said about working. So if you're working, can't do it. And you just have to have everything prepared.
Yeah.
She presses her face to your window to check how it looks in there.
Oh, wow.
She's like peeks.
She's peeking. A peeping Tom. A peeping Lucy, if you will.
Exactly. So if your house is not ready for Yule, she's gonna cry out, "Not brewed, not baked, not no great fire do they have."
Period, Lucy.
So
Period.
with that statement, the things you need to get ready for Yule include like brewing some beer or wine, I guess. Bake some goods, and you need to have a fire.
Obviously, it's dark and cold.
Of course. So she would shout that out, and then she would be so angry that she would come down the chimney into the house and get you.
Okay. Because you weren't set up.
Yeah.
Like,
You have
girl,
to be
just.
good for Yule.
I mean, okay, I guess. I get it. I just love that all of these traditions, no matter what part of the world we're talking about, like somebody's always coming down the chimney. Like where
I
and why did
know.
that start?
I know.
I just want to know.
Maybe it did start with Lucy, and then it
Maybe.
just turned into Santa.
That's the earliest. Lucy is the earliest one I've heard in the chimney thus far. We'll have to see if
Yeah.
it goes back further than that.
Yeah. See, this isn't part of it everywhere though.
I
The
see.
next thing, no, the thing I'm about to say does not have to do with Santa.
Okay.
Sometimes she would break down the whole chimney. So that's not really like, the same thing we were just saying, but
No.
yeah. Yeah, sometimes she would break down the whole chimney. So, so yeah, you better watch out. You gotta.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better
That's what
not
I'm
pout. I'm
saying.
telling you why. Lucy is coming down to break your chimney.
Exactly. You gotta have your stuff brewed and baked. You gotta get that fire going.
Here's my thought. What if we just close the blinds, and she can't peek in?
Maybe she'll get so mad that she goes down the chimney anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. She gets mad very easily,
Yeah. I mean, you never know. She's like, "You're trying to hide something from me."
and we are.
Yep. So, I did mention the animals a little bit ago. So this is also the night that animals talk to each other about how the humans are treating them.
Shut up. I'm gonna go talk to my dogs right after this
Yeah.
and see if they talk to me.
So if their humans are not treating them well, then Lucy and her dark spirits are gonna take vengeance.
Okay, so honestly, I'm with Lucy on that one.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
you should be treating your pets well, people.
Yeah, you have to. Um, so to like in her eyes, treating them well includes like, well, for barn animals anyway, the barn and stable has to be clean and comfy for the animals, and of course, they have to give a good review. So the humans, they would often bribe their animals this night with good food or like treats, you know.
Oh, cute.
So, so they gave a good report to Lucy.
Yeah, of course.
Um, so basically, this night, the animals, they like talk about the year's events and pass on any gossip to each other.
Oh, the tea.
Yes, the tea, exactly. And the most important thing you're supposed to have on this night is your cakes. Which I did mention you have to have your things baked.
Yeah, you did.
And the cakes that would be baked for this were called Lucy cats.
Oh.
And they are baked with saffron or turmeric, and it's like the yellow color in there symbolizes gold, sun, and light. And the they are associated with both Freya and Lucy. And the way they're made, actually, I had a picture of them that I can post, but they're like in two spirals on either end, if that makes sense. Like, make kind of like a S shape.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's crazy is that I have been watching the Great British Baking Show or whatever it's called, and I'm pretty sure they made that recently on one of the episodes. I'm some
Oh, no
episodes
way.
behind, but I'm pretty sure I remember them referencing Freya, and I know they use saffron. So, and it was like a S. So it might not have been the exact same thing, but I can picture what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that sounds like it. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it
exactly.
sounds like
Yeah.
it. And they these cakes, they're in like a S shape, and they have raisin or other dried fruit on top that makes it look like two cat's eyes.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. That's cool. Wait,
Yeah,
should we make some?
we could. I don't know. We gotta find a recipe.
We should.
Gotta find a yeah.
We could just
Good.
call up Lucy. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
She's gonna come to my house because I didn't bake them. She's gonna be like, "Why didn't you make them?"
Yeah, she's gonna come down your chimney and break it.
See, I did bake some cookies recently. So like, is she gonna just take those instead? Like,
She better not, because I want them first. Because I'm gonna tell you, those cookies were so good.
well, no, I could try. So yeah, you have to have your cakes baked. So the ancient symbols of the sun, it's like it dates back to the Nordic Bronze Age. And it's just like really important for her to have these cakes ready. They're eaten in honor by all people in her honor.
Okay.
So Scandinavian countries, they used to follow like celebrate this when they were pagan, you know, and then when they started practicing Christianity, Lucy Long Night became the celebration of Saint Lucia.
Oh, okay. That
So
makes sense.
Saint Lucia is yes. So she is represented as a beautiful woman in a white sash and a crown of candles on her head. So I've definitely seen this before. I didn't really realize what it was.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that too.
So I don't know if you have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like she just wears the candles on her head, and she will like walk down a procession, basically just singing a song. And she symbolizes bringing light into the darkness, just like Lucy, on the longest night of the year. So same premise there, but not as evil.
Yeah, I like that one better.
Yeah. So yeah, and usually people will have like it's not really like, you know, for this celebration of Lucy, it's basically like, oh, Lucy, she's gonna like come with her spirits and come and knock on our window and stuff. And for the St. Lucia's Day, it's like they pick somebody to dress up as her, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And like do this little ceremony. So yeah, that's celebrated in those countries.
That's really cool.
So yeah, that's how it sort of changed over time. But yeah, I kind of love Lucy Longnight though.
No, me too, though. Me too. I love that she advocates for the pets. She's a vibe.
Exactly.
You know, you need to be in the holiday spirit. I don't really vibe with that because, you know, I'm a Grinch.
She's just
But-
like, she's trying to get everybody into the like relaxing mood. She's like, guys, we need to like stop working, get your food and drink ready, and just go and party. And if you don't, I'm gonna come down on you.
See, I'm with her that full way up into the murder.
Yeah.
And that's where I depart
I mean,
from Lucy.
you know. Yeah.
I mean, you know, you got to do what you got to do for the party. Oh, Lucy. Wow, that's not what I expected. So I guess if you're listening to this on the day it comes out, it's Lucy's Day, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy. Wow, wow, wow. I love that story. And I have never heard of that before, which is crazy. And
yeah,
also...
I had never heard it either.
Yeah, true. I would said also, but I forgot what I was going to say. So I guess, moving right along to my story, I have for you, Savannah, and everybody else, The Legend of the Picture Game. Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh.
So, you know, it's the holiday season, and me and Savannah, you know, we had a little gift exchange the other day, and you guys will never guess what she got me. I surely didn't, and I can honestly say it's one of my favorite gifts of all time.
I'm so glad.
Like, I don't know, I was just not expecting it, and it came at the perfect timing, I would say.
It really did.
So she got me this book, and it's called Dangerous Games to Play in the Dark. And just to add a little bit more, as if that's not enough warning for you, the little subtitle says, A Guide to Summoning Spirits, Divining the Future, or maybe Divining, I don't know, Divining the Future.
I think divining.
And Invoking the Supernatural. Dun, dun, dun. So, you know, as you can probably imagine, this book is like filled with tons of either like haunting or spiritual games that you can play. And they all have, this is like the coolest part of the book to me. All of them have ratings on how dangerous the game is to play. And it has a step-by-step process, like all the materials you need, any warnings that you need to know, and finally, the reward that you get if you successfully win the game. So, like everything, it's like a complete guidebook to spooky games, you know? It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Ooh.
I love it.
that.
I really love it. So, clearly, obviously, when I found this book, I cracked it open immediately and I was like, we're playing a game. So, we did end up playing the game. But before we get into our experience, I will give you all the information you need to know about this little game. So, starting out, the risk level of the picture game is medium. So, that made me feel a little comfortable because most of them in the book are risk level high.
Oh, is there any like low?
You know, I haven't looked through every single one. I'm sure there's a low, but most of them are high.
Yeah.
So,
Oh gosh.
but
Oh
yeah.
no.
Scary. So yeah, this one is a medium. There were no warnings, and the reward that you can get by winning is capturing a ghostly photograph. So, yeah. We have discussed it many times on here, but sometimes, you know, ghosts cannot be seen by the human naked eye, but it can either be seen in pictures or videos, or like its voice can be heard on recordings, you know, all the other electronic things. So the purpose of the game essentially is to get a selfie with a ghost. Fun. You know, what more can you really want? And so, you know, we kind of collectively agreed that this game sounded like it was like the easiest and probably the safest to do. So that's why we chose it. So let me get into the steps of how to play. Step 1, you have to have at least 2 players in the game. Step 2 is you have to find a room that you can close all of the doors in and have all the lights off. And it has to have 4 walls. So Can't be like an octagonal room, I suppose. Now, the supplies that you need for this game. You need a small hand mirror for each player in the game. So if there's 4 players, you need 4 mirrors, if you know what I'm saying. Then you need either string, rope, something that you can like manipulate to tie into a circle. And this circle will be used to fit the mirrors, and then the rest of the stuff that I'm going to name. So you got to have the mirror, you got to have the rope, and then you also need scissors, a camera with flash, and finally a drinking glass filled with a drink. And it does, in fact, specify in the book that alcohol is the best drink to put in it. But it doesn't mention why alcohol. And I really wish it did, because I am confused about that. And I looked online, still couldn't find out why alcohol.
I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, just thinking about it now, and I think it's probably because it's like this drink is for the ghost. It's like they probably would want a drink of alcohol and not just like water.
See, and now that I'm thinking about it more, I know that there's a background. I don't know what it is. I'll have to look into it for a story one day. But there's a background behind alcohol being called spirits and ghost. Like there's a connection there.
True.
So I don't know if that actually has something to do with it too. However, we read all of the rules in advance. And you do end up having to pour out the drink. You don't drink it. So because of that, we did in fact choose to do water. And it said you can do any drink. It just said alcohol would be the best. Because we don't, obviously, we're too broke to be wasting alcohol out here. So
I mean, true. And water. You just have to pour it out at the end. Yeah, like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, spoiler alert, we can't drink it. So, yeah, we chose water. But, you know. Anyway, so now that you have all those materials together, which was not too many to ask for, at least, then you have to tie the rope or the string in a circle, and everybody will sit around the circle and put the cup with the drink in the middle of it, and then you have to turn off all of the lights in the room and be sitting around this circle in complete darkness. Very creepy. That already ups the creep vibe like 20%, in my opinion.
No, it really does. It really does.
It was horrifying. So once all the players are sitting around the circle with the cup in it, everybody is to place their mirrors facing up. So like the mirror part facing towards the ceiling. And the circle of like rope or string, it should have the drink in the middle and then all the mirrors. But you are not ever supposed to put the camera inside the circle of rope. So you do have to have it with you, like to the side or whatever, but you cannot put it inside the circle. Remember that, because that's important. And, you know, I don't know why you can't do that, but it's just a rule. And it said it was the most important rule. So clearly, gotta remember that one. So that's kind of like the setup for the game. But let's get into like the juicy parts of it. Once you have all the materials and you're all sitting in a circle in the dark, everybody has to close their eyes and hold hands. And this circle has to be unbroken. So, aka, you cannot let go of each other's hands until it's time to do so. Or you could be inviting spirits into your body. So, you know, don't let go. Not until you're supposed to. Then, one by one, every person has to go around and say out loud that they trust every single member in the circle individually. So you must declare your trust, and then the person to the left will do the same and declare their trust to everybody in the group until everybody in the circle has said that they trusted everybody in the circle. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So once everybody claims their trust within each other, the players then must, and this all is happening, by the way, with our eyes closed and our hands being held in a dark room on the floor sitting around a circle. I just need you to picture this because we did this. Okay.
Yes, we did.
So after we declare trust, Everybody must say all together at the same time 3 times, "The door has been opened. Please come in."
Oh my
Which
gosh.
that gives me chills even
I
thinking
was
about it
gonna
right
say,
now.
like, when we said
Like,
that, it was so
it
scary.
was because I was like, okay, this is when it really feels real. Like sometimes things don't feel real, like when we're doing things or if we're at a haunted place, but like with saying that, just felt like we were really like if it was really coming to get us.
Yeah, we
It
were
was.
really calling something.
Yeah, yeah. So after you say the door has been opened, please come in, you can finally open your eyes and let go of everybody's hands. So, and then, but you open your eyes and it's still complete darkness. So it's not like you can see anything that's going on. So it's not like it makes it much better. But anyway, the first person who started saying their trust or whatever within the group will go first with the camera. You will grab the camera and take a picture with the flash on, and you're going to point it towards the person that's sitting in front of you in the circle. And you're not like necessarily trying to take a picture like of that person. You're just trying to take a picture of like the person with the things around the person, because you're trying to obviously capture a picture of a ghost. And once you take the picture, like when you click it, you have to say out loud, "I capture you." So that's even worse because then you're like, "I capture you." And I just feel like I'm not trying to be like mean to the ghost, but you know, it feels it's a little harsh, but that's what you got to do. Then, once you take a picture, you will pass the camera to the left and continue doing this until everybody has taken a picture of the person across from them in the circle 3 different times. So that means that everybody should have 3 different pictures of themselves on the camera. However, you cannot look at the pictures yet, which was hard for me because I immediately wanted to just start going through them the second we took even the very first one, but I didn't. I didn't. So after everybody takes 3 pictures, you put the camera down and you have to make sure that you put the camera not inside the circle. Don't forget that part. And now everybody must, once again, close their eyes and hold hands. And this time, all at the same time in unison, you have to say, "It is time to go home now," 3 times each.
Oh my god. See, that's
Ooh,
scary too. It's like just the chanting
I
was
know.
like
The
the scariest
chanting,
part.
I know. When I was telling my mom, because my parents were curious, like how it went, I was like, yeah, we were like, had to say things. And mom was like, you were chanting? And I was like, no, 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 no. I mean, like, not in a different language, but like,
But
but
yes, we
like,
were
we
chanting.
kind of were chanting. It was scary. But okay, so after you chant, "It is time to go home now," 3 times. Then everybody opens their eyes and lets go of each other's hands. And then you will take your mirrors and turn them upside down, placing the mirrors now facing the floor. Then you will take the scissors and cut the rope to break the circle. And finally, you will take the cup that's full of the drink in the middle of the circle and empty it over a patch of dirt or earth. So, that's the finale of the game. That's all the steps of the game. So now, part 2 of the game is now you have to go into another room and, you know, you can leave all the lights on, whatever, do normal things. And you will go over the pictures that you took to see if you were able to capture anything. Now, before I get into mine and Savannah's personal experience with this game, there were some warnings that were given that I need to mention in the book. So if during like the first holding hands, closing eyes portion of the game, like when we're stating our trust to everybody, apparently if somebody starts to feel or behave really weird or odd or, you know, doing stuff they wouldn't normally do, you are apparently not supposed to take pictures of them and you're supposed to just skip them in the circle. And if several players start to feel or behave odd, you are not at all whatsoever to proceed playing the game. And if any pictures were taken, you are not supposed to ever look at them. Now, Luckily, this part did not happen to us, but if it did, I think I would have a really, really hard time not looking at the pictures. Would you?
Right, right. I think I would still look at them, especially since they're on, like, we just used a phone camera.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
And it's like you
yeah.
would see them.
But the thing is, I
Like,
feel like you would see them on any camera because you have to go to the picture to delete it,
well, unless it's a film camera.
unless it's a film camera. That's true. That is true. But I would look at it. But luckily, that didn't happen to us, so we didn't have to worry about that part. So that's that's at least good. Um, so before me and Savannah start telling you about what we found in our pictures, I was curious, even when we were doing it, what was up with the mirrors. I kind of understood the purpose of everything else that we were doing. You know, with the water. I mean, the water, I thought was just like an offering. Everything else made sense. But I was like, why do we have these mirrors? Were you thinking that?
Yeah, but I kind of figured that, like, they say that spirits can get caught in mirrors. So,
Okay, see,
right?
you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Apparently, specifically for this game and just kind of in general, spirits or most people believe that mirrors reflect our like true authentic selves and like our soul. And so by opening the mirrors, this is allowing the ghost to see like the real true us. And basically, for this specific game, us opening the mirrors is saying that we trust everybody in the circle and we also trust the ghost or whoever we're talking to. And that's why we
Oh,
close it at the end.
okay, okay.
And I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yes. So now, getting into the pictures that we've taken this weekend, I did send some of the ones over to you, Savannah, so we can, look at them and talk about them together. I will say that every single picture had something really weird in it. We did not have any like full body figures or anything like that in any of the pictures. No full, like, oh, that's definitely a ghost. But there were some really weird things. For example, every single picture that we took had really weird shapes on like the walls and on the floor and on the ceiling that are not there in real life, and they're not all the same like shape, so it's not like it doesn't appear that it's coming from like the phone, if you know what I'm saying. So that's already one, but like maybe that's explainable, just maybe who's to say, really. But then we have the first picture of me that was taken.
Yes. Oh my God.
And
Yes.
so if you go to that one, so Garrett was sitting across from me. So we actually ended up playing this game. Well, we played the game twice and in different orders of the circle. And then we did it a third time without playing the game, without doing the steps. We just sat in the dark room and took pictures with the flash to see if we could recreate some of the things that were going on. And, honestly, we had some interesting findings because the ones that we actually played the game, there are really weird things on me in these pictures. So we'll post the pictures, some of them, specifically the really weird ones, on Instagram so you guys can see what we're talking about. So, but for example, the very first one that Garrett took of me from across the room, you zoom in and it looks like I have just either a bird pooped on my arm or like I spilled white paint on my arm, on my like sweatshirt.
Yeah. Yeah. There looks like there's some weird line on there.
Like
Yeah.
it looks like there's a line. And so when we went into the living room to kind of just talk about and look at these pictures, I'm like, guys, is there something on me? We checked. There's nothing on me. There's nothing in the room. Like there wasn't like a hair or a feather. There was nothing left behind that I could find that could have been that. So I was like, that's weird. And it's not on anybody else at all. But then, okay, I didn't even send you this one, I don't think, Savannah. Let me send it to you right now. This one was let's see, this one was the second picture that was taken in the same first round that we were doing. And the line is there, but this time it looks like a completely straight line. In the first one, it kind of looks like a feather, I would almost say. But in the second one, it looks like I literally have like a line on the arm of my sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, it's just
And
not explainable.
and it's not there. It's like physically not on that sweatshirt. And it never was. And it's still not. I even washed it. Everything is not there. Like, it's really, really weird. And then I'm looking at the last picture. And there's nothing there on my arm. So I'm like, what was that? You know, like, was something moving towards me? Who's to say? I don't know. But, and there also was like a couple of other just like really weird lines. I don't know how to describe them other than lines. But the one thing that I don't really like is that every picture that something is happening in is one that I'm in. And so
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
freaks me
they're
out.
just attracted to you.
They are. They are. I just sent you the final one. And Savannah, on that one, if you zoom in on the top left corner, there's like, it looks to be like literally like a straight line looking orb. And like, that is not on
Yes,
your
I
wall.
see it.
That is not on
No,
your
I
wall
see
in
it.
there. So I don't know. I don't know what that is. I really don't. But yeah, other than that, we didn't really have any ghostly pictures, unfortunately. So I guess we lost the picture game. But I mean, that's fine. I guess, I might have been way more creeped out if there was like an actual little ghost boy in the picture.
Yeah. Yeah, if you see like a face.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was imagining. But
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. And then we also, after that we were like very much so in the spooky spirit of things. We were like, let's investigate Savannah's house some more. Which me and Dina had investigated Savannah's house in the past. Nothing really too major. We've talked about it before. But this time we did it with Garrett and Savannah there. And, we didn't get too much, but like, I would say we kind of had a convo with some ghosts using the Estes method. Who's to say? And one part that was really scary is when we went out into your shed to do the investigation and it was like pouring down the rain and the wind was like whipping outside.
Oh my God. I kind of like blocked that out of my memory because I was so scared going out there.
It was scary, guys. Like, nothing like actually scary was happening, but the vibes were just horrifying. Like, it was a dark and stormy night and we're in here doing this ghost paranormal stuff, like in this dark.
It seriously was a dark and stormy night, and there's like we had a flashlight to be in there because there's no light in there.
Yeah.
And it's just it was so scary.
It was so
And it was
scary.
so cold too.
It was cold. But it was so fun and so interesting because sometimes I feel like it really works. And like, we've explained the Estes method before, but basically one person, you kind of sensory deprive one person of all sensory. So you blindfold somebody, put noise canceling headphones on, and then open up a spirit box where basically all you're hearing in the headphones is static and occasional words being like brought up through energy using like radio transmissions. And so while one person or whoever is being sensory deprived, everybody else is asking questions like, is anybody here that wants to talk to us? And so the sensory deprived person will just answer what they're hearing in the headphones. And there were some points during our sessions, like at your house, where somebody would be asking a question and the same word would come out of my mouth that would come out of the question asked mouth, and I can't hear what they're saying. So like, that's crazy.
Yeah, there was a few instances, and I can't even remember specifically what we were saying.
Yes, dude. We should have recorded
it was just so, in the moment, it was so scary. And it's like, and also, okay, I do want to mention, like, was like there were a few times where it was kind of scary, like the things that they were saying, but
Yeah.
then by the
Yeah.
end, like when we went into the shed, we were in the house doing the Estes method, and then they said get out, get out, get out. And we
Yeah.
said okay, so then we ended
Okay.
up doing it in the shed, and then they said okay, you're safe.
Right.
So I don't know what that was about, but then we
Right.
went back inside and we were fine, and I haven't had any experiences since. So it's like,
Right.
I guess like we're fine now. Like I
Yeah.
don't really know what happened there.
Okay, and so you saying that, see, because that was only 2 days ago that we have done this as we are recording this right now. So we haven't even really had a time to debrief what happened. And next time we do it, we will record it so we can like include some actual evidence so you guys can really believe us of what's going on. Maybe we should even record it one day for the YouTube. But
Yeah, yeah.
what's interesting is that when the last time that me and Dina did it at your house when you weren't there, when we were house sitting, we were doing it at your dining room table where we were doing it. And it said, go to the shed. And that scared us way too bad. Way too bad. But now I'm thinking like, did it just want us to go to the shed and now we're good? Because remember like that it said get out. We did get out. We went to the shed and now everything's fine.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I don't know why that would do anything,
Right.
but
I don't know.
I
Like,
don't know.
I don't know. It was crazy. It was crazy. It's kind of mind boggling. And it's really hard to even explain in words. So we'll have to make a YouTube video and show you guys what we're talking about because it's kind of
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
honestly. So, but yeah, that is the legend of the picture game and also just mine and Savannah's ghost hunting stories.
Yeah. Ghost hunting in my own house.
Listen,
Which is scary because it's
it
like,
is scary. It is scary, but like,
Yeah.
okay, but no, you have to. We like brought sage. I got it from a very holistic place. Like, it's very like we didn't use it, but only because we didn't feel like we needed to, you know.
You're right.
But we
right.
have it if we ever do need it. When we have, we have all the protection, and we opened it up, and of course we were like, we have no bad intentions or anything like that. Like we're not mean. We don't provoke. We don't play around.
Exactly.
So
You're right. You're right.
we're safe. We're good. You know, if ghosts are real, then we should be able to, respect each other. So
Exactly.
that's at least how I see it. But yeah. So, maybe you can expect a ghost hunting vlog soon. Who knows? Who's to say? Not
Yeah,
me.
maybe. Maybe.
But definitely go check out our Instagram. You'll want to see some of the pictures from our little ghost hunt. And I'm trying to see Lucy. Some little renditions of Lucy.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
did you
pictures of
see
the
any?
girls.
Like, did you, on your research?
Well, I did see pictures of the girls with the candles on their heads.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, St. Lucia. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Cool. Well, check out Instagram to see those. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please. But other than that, I guess I don't really have anything else for you. What about you, Savannah?
Me either.
Okay, well then I guess we will see you guys next week.
Cue the music.